He even took the opportunity to quench his sweet tooth and wasn't concerned about food offered by his supporters.
Well, it's about 10:45 and all this morning we have been looking at Sadananda Gowda and his followers making several pit stops. In fact, they have tried to meet all the people along the way, even on the roads, and have even made courtesy calls. So all along we've been looking at maximum interaction with the people. That seems to be the anthem of the day of sorts with DVS and the supporters.
After that, it was time to take some blessings.
Well, come election season and we see almost every other politician taking the divine route, going ahead and seeking divine blessings ahead of the elections. The same was the case with Mr. Sadananda Gowda, who decided to come and visit Sri Sri Ravi Shankar to personally get his blessings ahead of the elections in the middle of all his scheduled campaigning. He's just come out of the mart now after meeting Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. As you can see, he is going ahead and briefing the media about exactly what took place. But the former chief minister there clearly going ahead and ensuring that he gets the divine blessings necessary as well.
We also caught up with Kannada actress Tara at the ashram.
I'm proud to be part of this campaign because he's I always call him as my brother, and he's a wonderful leader and the chief minister which we had in Karnataka, and I really hope and I really am waiting for the day that the result will announce. Of course, my Anna definitely win.
After a brief meeting with the press, Sadananda Gowda decided to meet a few people inside the ashram.
Mr. Sadananda Gowda has just come out of the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar mart, and let's quickly try to get a word with him as to exactly what happened. Mr. Gowda, if you could tell us, have you always been a devotee of Sri Sri Ravi Shankar? Is it a habit for you to come to him and seek his blessings before the elections?
No, the whole world has got disciples of Ravi Shankar Guruji, and his ashram is situated in my constituency, and thousands of his followers are there in my constituency. Apart from that, he is a man who guides BJP and even Narendra Modi, that everybody knows. So it is my duty to come over here and seek his blessings.
What did he have to tell you, sir? If you could just break up what he told you.
Certain things which cannot be told to the media. Some secret things he might have told to me.
Great, thank you so much. Well, that was Sadananda Gowda there telling us that yes, he is someone who has always believed in Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. The entire party as such are disciples of Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and the art of living. But what did he tell to Mr. Sadananda Gowda? Well, that is something that will remain between the two of them. Well, we're in Kanakpura Road now and the clock is touching 12. So we're halfway down the day, but nothing's changed through the day after this as well. The campaigning will continue and Sadananda Gowda will be meeting a lot more people. We'll slip into a short break at this point, but do stay tuned. On the other side, we will show you a lot more of what DVS's day is like.
The day we decided to follow Sadananda Gowda was certainly one of his busiest days. He had stepped out of his house at 8:30 in the morning and was constantly hopping from one place to another. After meeting a lot of people on the streets of Talagattapura, he decided to visit a house to lend his ear to the problems in their region.
Well, Well, as you can see there, Sadananda Gowda on house calls. This is in Talagatapura, where several residents have come together to speak to the former Chief Minister about the water woes that they are facing. They've now come together and are discussing what they could probably do to solve the crisis. And Sadananda Gowda is lending a helpful ear to them and probably trying to help them find a solution to the same. So this is exactly what the campaigning has been about, to speak to the residents, find out what is the ground reality, find out if they have any issues and solve those very issues, address them. One such house call here, so many people have come together to discuss the same.
After that, Devious moved on with his campaign, but soon made a quick stop at a Ganesha temple on Kanakpura Road.
Well, this is during the house calls in Kanakpura Road there, where in fact Devious decided to go ahead and visit a temple as well. He was seen seeking the Lord's blessings, as you can see behind there. He is still praying and hoping that, of course, he gets all the divine luck he needs for the elections.
The time was almost 2:15 and the sun was too harsh to bear, and Sadananda Gowda was patiently going from one house to another seeking votes. His supporters were more than happy to welcome him into their house and even burst crackers upon his arrival. Devious then headed towards the BJP office in Yashwantpur.
After all that campaigning through the day, DV Sadananda Gowda did stop for lunch, did do a little more campaigning in Tavarakere, and then had a couple of interviews with media companies. Soon after, now he has come to attend his party duties. He's here at the BJP election office in Yashwantpur, where in fact all the office bearers of the BJP have come together to discuss about tomorrow's bike rally. They are in fact discussing the preparations for the same, and of course Sadananda Gowda is expected to be present for this particular rally. We're looking at mammoth arrangements being taken place, and of course Sadananda Gowda himself is there for the same. Post this, of course, we will be looking at a little more campaigning before he calls it a wrap.
Sadananda Gowda and his supporters spent time at the BJP party office trying to discuss their campaign strategies. They did not waste much time on paperwork and moved on for their next meeting. DVS and other BJP leaders decided to attend the Hotel Owners Association meet, but not before enjoying their evening meal.
After all that hectic campaigning, Mr. Sadananda Gowda decided to unwind with a couple of his colleagues. He decided to go ahead and catch up for some tea and coffee with his colleagues Anand Kumar as well as R. Ashoka. All of them, of course, very, very crucial for the upcoming elections.